Live.
Good morning.
Right, let me
Just do
see
a quick sound check and we'll be right
if
with
we've got
you.
any audio on the show. How are you today, my dear?
All discombobulated.
Why
It's
is that?
Friday morning, it's live, and it's all a bit.
We have sound.
We got sound?
Yep.
Yay! We got sound. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Friday morning live at a little shop in a little town in the middle of nowhere. And yet, weirdly, we had 2,700 views of our live last week, and I have to say I'm blown away by that. And it's amazing how far it reaches. And to that effect, on Saturday, a lady came in, a lovely lady called Kelly Ryan, and she was from Toronto. And she said that she's visiting relatives over here and she wanted to come and meet Fifi and the team in our little shop in Wotton-under-edge because she follows us all the way from Canada. I was absolutely blown away. So, Kelly, if you're watching, you made my day. And we have a lady called Fifi, Fifi B, who's currently over from Australia, and she follows us, and she is coming in, and I'm very much hoping she'll be on one of our lives in the next couple of weeks. So it's kind of nice that we're just sitting here on our little high street, and by just doing these lives, we're contacting people all around the world. So absolutely fantastic. So you may have noticed that there's somebody missing. The gap here behind me, which is normally filled by my right-hand man, Nick, he's not here today. So if it all goes to pot, it would be mainly because although I pretend I'm the boss, Nick is actually the boss and he organises everything. So if you're watching, Nick, we miss you, and we hope that you will be back soon. So this week was my first week without my full-timeness. I decided to go to do Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays. Several reasons. One, I was just plain knackered. Two, I felt that I needed to have more time at home to be creative and do some painting and source things. And three, I felt like I just needed some life. I mean, you know, it's full time in a shop. And so this week was my first week being in those new time zones. And I have to say, I've been a complete sinner. I haven't done any work, none at all. No painting, no sourcing. The only thing I've done really is to go out and about and get some, what would you call it, some inspiration. And I've been to see various auction houses and big warehouses full of beautifulness, and to some lovely hotels, and just sort of had a chance to be a reasonably normal human being, not under any time
Never
pressure.
be normal.
Never be normal. No, you're right. Never be completely normal, that's for sure. And it's been really nice. And then I came back to work yesterday. And you know what? I was only in here for a day and I couldn't believe how tired I was when I got home last night. And I don't actually know now how I was doing 5 days in a row and going to markets and flea fairs and things on the 2 other days that I had off, and they weren't even joined together. It was a Wednesday and a Sunday. So it does make a big difference. And I think once I catch my breath and I can start working from home and being a bit creative again, I'll feel like I am actually doing something. But this week, gone to pot.
Julie's saying, good morning, team. Hope you're all okay.
Morning, Jules. Nice to know you're there, my darling. Wouldn't be the same without you. So as far as things to show around are concerned, we will have a little look round. As usual, lots of things have come in and I haven't had a chance to price them. You may have noticed if you've been watching our feed that we are getting a lot more artwork coming in, which is really exciting, and lots of original art. And we've got some pictures around which have been getting a lot of interest, and we will try and show you some of those as we wander around. It's been fairly quiet. I guess it's August. The weather yesterday was absolutely the pits. I'm sick to death of it already. And what was the other thing? It's holiday time, so people are not necessarily coming into Wotton. So it has been a bit quiet, and I'm hoping that it will suddenly perk back up. The weather will come nice, and we'll have all the tourists back again. So That's what I'm hoping. So we're going to turn around and have a wander. A quick slurp of coffee. So this is where I'd normally say, so Nick, what is it we need to look at? And he's not here, so it's like, no idea, no clue. Let's just have a little wander. This is probably my favourite piece of artwork in the shop currently. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, the art itself is beautiful. It's a young girl with a rose. In fact, I didn't even notice the rose until much later, with ribbons in her hair, and it's oil painted on board. And the picture itself, I think, is enchanting, but the frame that goes around it is something else. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. And that is on for 1,595. And you know, I'm kind of reluctant to even part with it. I love it so much, but I am here to sell, so I guess that hopefully it will go to a lovely new home. Somebody else will appreciate it as much as I do. We've also got this lovely panel here. This is a rare 17th century carved oak door panel of Neptune. It's on for £380. And it's got Neptune written here at the bottom, and I just think that that's absolutely beautiful. There is actually on the other side, you can just about make it out, a keyhole which shows that it was actually a door panel. Got an India Jane lamp base here, £84.95. It's all been pack tested, absolutely gorgeous. Just needs a nice shade on that, and that's extremely good value at £84.95.
Somebody I overheard said, "Oh, that shop's really expensive." So I thought we need to
we definitely need to
disabuse them of that, because although
Totally.
there are expensive pieces in here, there's a lot for every budget, really, isn't there?
There is. I mean, we've got things that start from £3, and we have the paints which are in the sort of the £20 bracket, and we have lots and lots of objets d'art, and you know, a lot of it is absolutely cheap as chips. We do try very hard to keep our prices good, and if I buy things in at a good price, I pass them on at a good price, because I think that that's the right thing to do. But you know, if we have something that is a genuine antique, or is a really quality piece, then obviously you have to expect to pay a little bit more. But I hope that people never think that we're such a posh shop, because we're so not.
I think
that
you are
they're
a bit posh.
a little bit posh now and again, but the shop
You
is
say pasty and castle.
I do. I can't help it. I say bath, not bath. I can't even say bath. It doesn't sound right. We've got these lovely cage dolls that have come in. I haven't had a chance to price these yet, but I think these are absolutely lovely. They've got the little jointed arms, really, really charming. Still got the bum here. This is on for 145. A lovely piece of sculpture, that, and actually I think that just hanging on a wall in a bathroom would be really, really good, or a downstairs cloakroom. I'm going to pull this piece of art round just so you can see this. This is absolutely beautiful. Every time I look at that, I get drawn in. I can smell the seaweedy sort of smell. It's Pulpero. Absolutely gorgeous. It's oil on board, and that's on for 1,250. And it's in our window. And the number of people who stop and look at this, I think it's a really beautiful painting and a beautiful frame as well. So that's catching a lot of people's attention, which is great.
Spike Winger is saying your prices are ridiculously cheap. I compare you always to the Chilterns in London. You are not expensive.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, my darling. I agree with you wholeheartedly. We are not expensive. I think we're very, very good, all things considered. And, you know, there's a lot that goes into sourcing these pieces, getting up at the crack of whatnot, and, you know, driving miles, sometimes in awful weather, arriving at these auctions and flea fairs when it's still dark, especially in the winter. And, you know, then you have to bring them back, and you have to clean them and mend them and price them and paint them and all these sorts of things. So I think that on the whole, our figures, price-wise, I think are really, really good. Here's another of the Santos cage dolls here. I think this is lovely. Love the colours of that, and I absolutely love her. I think she's beautiful. So I will try and get those on the system later on today. There's another still life picture up here. Love this. The colours are so vibrant, and that one is on for 480. And again, I think that's just a cracking piece of original art. Go anywhere in the house. What else have we got? I'm kind of so not with it today. I love this. I know we've shown you this before, but for anybody new checking in, this is on for 120. It's this really rather nice distressed oval topped frame with a mirror behind it. I've put this pot in there, which I really love. That's on for £26.95. But in fact, if you put a plant in there, you kind of get double the amount of plant because of the mirror behind it. And with a nice ivy plant coming in here, trailing down, I think that'd be lovely in a bathroom, a kitchen, a garden room, pretty much anywhere really. Anybody looking for some good quality bedside cabinets? These are on for £180 for the pair. Really good quality, all dovetail joints, little doors that open here, and they would look amazing painted if somebody wanted to do that. We may end up doing that, but of course if we do paint them, it puts the price up, so you might want to buy it yourself, do it yourself. Love this. I think this would be lovely indoors or outside. It's a French vintage metal table base with a marble top. It's on for £270. The top lifts off. It'd be so lovely in the garden with terracotta pots and things on it. But equally, if you've got a hallway and you're into the sort of the French scrolly, marbly type look, then I think that's a real beauty. This has come through today. Got a little bit of work to do on it, i.e. I need to put a little magnetic catch or find a key for the door. I thought this was very cute, and somebody's gone to a great deal of trouble to line up all of these little fleur-de-lis on the fabric in the chicken wire, which I think is actually really quite clever. It must have been quite a tricky job to do. And I think that with its removable shelves, this would make a really nice shoe cabinet, you know, perhaps in a hallway somewhere. So again, I unloaded that off the van this morning. It's all been treated for woodworm. I might just give it a dark wax, but it's quite folk arty, and you know, it's just a useful sort of cabinet. So we'll try and put that one on later on this morning. Still got the Swan, which I'm very surprised about. I think she's gorgeous. £34.95, a little bit of fun, but she's got a crown, so it's game on as far as I'm concerned. Put this on the wall late last night. Haven't priced it yet. And this has also got the mirrored back and a nice shelf here, so you could put some plants and things, or you could put your shampoos and things in it if you wanted it in a bathroom. So I'll try and get that one on today as well. Nothing much changed with the shelves. In fact, these shelves, although I put them in and we added the pediment at the top to make them look a little bit more interesting, I am thinking possibly of taking them down and using this wall and this little corner section here for much more in the way of artworks. I've always got good intentions of keeping the shelves well stocked and looking great, but they end up just being a bit of a dumping ground. So that's a bit of a work in progress. £250 for this well-made pine wardrobe, which I've painted. Painted on the inside in Salt of the Earth, which is one of those lovely neutrals which kind of goes with everything. So it's all clean, tidy, ready for your new clothes. And the outside we've painted in Nougat, and I've done a stencil which is almost the same colour, so it just kind of blends in. Another piece of fabulous artwork that's come in. Absolutely love this. It's an original. It's an oil on board, and it is on for £680. And when you look at the detail on this, I mean, I just love it. You know, you've got a checkerboard, you've got some beautiful sky through here. I actually had to touch this to see if it was flat or whether it was actually stepped. And you know, the pebbles and the bit of driftwood stick there and that shell, really absolutely super. And again, you know, it's a piece of original art. I mean, I just think original art is the way to go, isn't it? Collect it, collect it, collect it, enjoy it. These Nick very beautifully put all these up with exactly the right gap in between it, because he knows how particular I am about things like that. And he lined them all up beautifully.
Simon Meadows saying, yo dudes.
Yo dudes, back to you too, Symes. About time you came in to see us. Haven't seen you for what feels like months. Yes, these I just love. I keep looking at them and thinking, very pretty. Might have to keep those myself. Haven't sold this yet. I'm surprised. £120. Love the sort of the rustic Frenchness of this. If you'd seen it before when it was a bright, shiny, repro mahogany table with a scratch top, and now look at it, and I think it's just lovely. Just £120, and that could be dressed up and look so nice with a nice lamp on it. Big mirror here. This is on for £195. Big French sort of looking mirror. Good value for money. make a nice feature in a room. What else, Ginge? What else? It's terrible for me because, of course, I see these things every single day and I kind of just take them all in my stride. What about these two things? These great big ginger jars. The lids come off and it says we were all made from the same mould, and they're on for £95 each. Big and bold, and I like the motif, but of course if you just wanted to have them plain, if you turn them round they are just plain china, which I think is kind of nice. Solid brass pair of lions here, £69.95. They make great door stops. I think they're lovely because they've got the verdigris and the patina. We bought this down from the top room the other day after we'd done our last live. Nick and I got busy and moved things around. I think it goes really well on this wall. And this is filled with jelly moulds, antique jelly moulds, and some lovely bits of antique china. Absolutely love this piece. I think this is just so pretty, so delicate, and that is on for £34.95. It's the plate, the little dish, and the matching bowl. But the actual print and the colour of it, I think, is just beautiful. So if anybody's looking for odds and sods, or if anybody wants a really lovely French bomb chest to keep them in, then these are all available. The bomb chest itself is on for £450. Comes in two pieces as well, which makes it easier to move around. We haven't looked at Queen Elizabeth lately, Elizabeth I, and that's on for £695. It was a window frame from an old barn, and then somebody has painted Queenie onto a big piece of board and put her into this frame. We changed her face. We got the local artist Belinda Downs in to change the face because the face on her before was just absolutely dreadful, and her hand looked very gammy. So we've changed the face and the hand. I think she looks absolutely magnificent now. And I just envisage her on a really dark wall, maybe at the end of a corridor somewhere. And I kind of think maybe flagstone floor leading up to it. I don't know. I've got this image in my head, and a spotlight on her, which would make her absolutely sing. She's got texture. She's got colour. And I think she's absolutely gorgeous. So I hope she'll find a new home soon. We've had her a long time, but we've only recently changed her face, so I'm hoping she'll get lots of new fans. There's a pot here which I haven't priced, but we've got some pots left, not as many. We've sold a lot. There's two little ones here. These are £38 each, or a pair for £70. Two little matching urns, and I think they're gorgeous. They've got the Greek key design around the top and the bunches of grapes, and I think that they're nicely weathered and they look gorgeous planted up. We've got a super fabric picture here. This is on for 110. It's actually vintage fabric, and we've had it framed and mounted, and it just makes a really lovely picture, and I love this primitive looking sort of peacock. Oh goodness, what else? This I think is really lovely. It's the southwest prospect of the city of Durham. You might say, why have we got that when we're in Wotton-under-edge? But I loved it. I love the detailing in it, and I would love to be on this little bit of sort of islandy bit in the middle here, looking and surveying all these churches and the surrounding countryside. Very interesting piece of artwork, and that's on for £84.95. Sort of thing that I think would be nice in a downstairs cloakroom. We've still got a fabulous horse in the window. We'll have a look at him from the outside coming in. So I'll just grab his lead. We'll have a quick look outside, and we're kind of done then. Time for more coffee. I've got a do list as long as my arm today, and today I must make myself do some work. So let's go out and see what we've got. You ready, Pats? Come on then, sweetie. Good boy. I think there must have been a hell of a night's weather last night, because all the hanging baskets, look at all the petals on the floor. And I noticed all the woodwork on the front of the shop, the paintwork is all absolutely messed up from the rain last night. So that'll be another job to do today. Lovely lantern here. Love these in the summer. On the table, £44.95, and also at Christmas down by the fireside with a nice big candle in it. Still got the table and chair set, and if anybody's interested, we will do a deal on that, because I'm fed up of bringing it in and out every day. So when I get fed up of something, it's like, game on, let's just see if we can offload. Come here, little boy. Nice chair here, very stylish, 125, got the cushion with it, really like that. I love the sort of the sculptural sort of shape of that. Got a garden mirror here.
Simon's saying shop looks beautiful, the owner's not bad either.
Oh, thank you, Symes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll pay you later. Lovely mirror here, 144.95 for the garden, but you can use it indoors if you want to. Look at that horse, isn't that fabulous? And the rocking horse is on for 875. I have to say, this morning it sounds as if we've got everything that is very expensive in the shop, having said that we're not an expensive shop, but just the way it happens to be at the moment. We've got some really quality stock in, and a lot of sort of antique-y things, and that's probably why it seems like it's more expensive. But we have got loads of other things that are not expensive, lots of really nice pots. These are lovely. These are sort of Indian finials. And I think that these lovely chunky pieces of wood with a nice big candle on, and you just let the wax come down, go over the top of it. Just a lovely chunky thing to have maybe in the kitchen on the work surface. There's another one there. What's that one like? Yeah, that's nice as well. Those are only £34. Some Greek pots are left. Pretty much everything else is much the same as it was. So I think that is it. All we want is the sun to come out. Come on, Pat, this way. And then we'll be happy bunnies. Come on, Paddy Pads. So, thanks for joining us, everybody. We really appreciate it. And
this goes up onto the YouTube channel afterwards. So, if you prefer to watch on YouTube, please like and subscribe to that channel as well to help us out.
I priced this one up last night. I just spotted it behind Virginia. Terracotta pot, $18.95. I think that's rather lovely, nicely weathered. Look good indoors or outdoors.
All right, that's enough.
That's enough. That's it. We're out of here.
Thanks for
so
joining.
much.
Thanks for sharing, and we'll see you next week.
Lots of love.
Bye for now.
Bye.